right, guys, so everyone should have their map, their primary source. I am collecting your AMSCO book agreement, so please have those out and ready to go. Yes, Sarah. Sharon. I'm sorry. Bring it tomorrow, please. Thank you kindly.
I was wondering if we had any more to do.
We're going to go over that right now. I got you. Okay, so I do want you to take out your maps. I just want to make sure everyone is absolutely prepared for tomorrow's quiz. It is a 10-question quiz tomorrow on your map, so please have them out. Just leave it right there. I'll come get them in a sec. Okay, so your map, in order to earn the 10 points per map, you need to have it completely colored in. So all of your water needs to be colored, all of your land masses. On the back, if you watched my video yesterday and we may not have finished in class, you may have this area up here. You need to color it the same color as Oceania and your Antarctica. Does that make sense? Because they're not labeled on the back because they're labeled on the front. There you go. What do you got for... Oh, that's why, because I closed it. That makes sense. Thank you for telling me. Okay? So, you need to make sure your entire map is colored in order to earn your 10 points for tomorrow. Yes? What? Like a picture of the map? I posted a video yesterday. Yeah, it's at planlectures.com/askbennett. I also posted a link on Edsby to it. So you can just use that to get to it. So, tomorrow, this is due, as well as your focus and your primary, which we're going to work on in class today. Now, just to let you know about your quiz tomorrow, you're definitely going to want to hear this. Your quiz tomorrow, you're going to receive a map that looks just like this. Okay, it's the same exact map. What it is, it's going to have green bodies of green landmass and blue bodies of water. Does that make sense? So it's only two colors, green and blue. It's going to have all the same lines. So on the front of the map, the only line that's going to be drawn is the one between Europe and Asia. That makes sense. It's the only line we drew. Tomorrow, on your map quiz, if I have a number 1 right here, what's the answer? Asia. If I have a number 2 right here, it's the Americas. Now, if you're a gambling person, do you think I'm going to have more questions on the front or on the back? The back. So, on the back, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be completely, all the landmass is green, all the water is blue. All the lines will exist. They're just not going to have any colored. They're not going to differentiate by color. They're just going to have a number in some of them. There's only 10 of them because it's a 10-question quiz filled on the same sheet of paper. So if I had a number 3 right here, the answer is what? If I had number 4 right here, it's what? So this is what I wanted to check. Bay of Bengal, you do need a couple bodies of water on your maps. I want to make sure everyone has them. You should have the Mediterranean Sea labeled on your map. Okay? You should have the Mediterranean Sea labeled on your map. You should also have the Red Sea labeled on your map. That's between Africa and Saudi Arabia. So on your map here, I'll take it. Okay, so you should have the Red Sea. You should also have the Persian Gulf, which is at the tip of Saudi Arabia and what we would call India today. You also need to have Bay of Bengal, which is just what is in between today's India and Thailand. Okay, so everyone's map should include the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea, the Persian Gulf, and the Bay of Bengal. Everyone's map should be completely colored in order to earn all points for tomorrow. Any question on what tomorrow's quiz is going to look like? Everyone feels pretty comfortable with it? What's up?
Oh, where's the Red Sea?
The Red Sea is right here.
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah, it's that little strip right here. You gotta know your Old Testament, man. Let my people go as Moses leads them out of Egypt. That's how I remember where it is. Egypt's got to be close to the Red Sea. All right, take out your primary source. Let's go. So if you have not finished your map, it is your responsibility to do it tonight. Everyone's clear on that, correct? Cool. All right, so today we're going to work on a primary source. So with a primary source, every single week we'll be working on 2 primary sources. It is really important, our work on primary sources, because as you noted on your focus, you saw 5 of them, no, you saw 8 of them in the back of your book, correct, in your chapter. Most of those were primary based, correct? Some sort of document you had to read and then analyze. On your weekly test, about 50% is going to be from primary sources. On your AP exam, out of your 55 questions you have to do in 50 minutes, about 27 of them are going to be primary sources. One of your essays is reading 9 to 12 primary sources, reading them, annotating them, understanding them, using them to shape an argument, and then defend it with historical evidence in less than 50 minutes. Primary sources are really important, and that's why we start hitting them on day 3 in this class. Johnny?
How long would 9 to 12 primary sources be? Like how much of them?
It just depends. Sometimes they're pretty lengthy. They compensate. So if you have a couple lengthy ones and you have some shorter ones, but I mean, some of them are hard, but we'll see. So when I do a primary source, especially in the beginning of the year, I'm going to sit up here and I am going to write things down. I'm going to call on you and you're going to help participate. If I have volunteers, I'll take volunteers. If I don't get the volunteers I want, I call on you. So please be ready. You need to write down what I have. Whatever I finish in class is where it ends. You are not doing a primary source for homework tonight. Is everyone clear? So some classes I got through the whole front. In one class I got through the front and started the back. Some class I barely got finished with the top. We didn't even bother with this stuff yet. Wherever we end in class is where we end. Is everyone clear on that? So you have no additional homework besides prepare for your map quiz and to make sure your focus and your map are ready for tomorrow. Is everyone clear? Okay, so here we go. This infant burial is from a Neolithic settlement in Turkey that was occupied continuously for 2,500 years between 8,000 and 640 BCE. The infant was between 6 months and 1 year old, and the burial demonstrated great care. The infant was placed in a fetal position facing south and rested on a reed mat or basket. Red ochre. A mineral powder has been used to decorate the body. 2 anklets made of bone beads were placed around the feet, and a large bead bracelet made of bone and colored stone in blue, black, and white encircled the infant's wrist. The bead artifacts were probably too large to have been worn while the baby was alive, so maybe they have been burial offerings. What we just read is the context. This is the most important part of a primary source. If you don't read the context, you're completely screwed, and there's no way you're going to understand what the primary source is telling you. There are tons and tons and tons of answers in that paragraph right there. However, to answer all of these questions we have to the side, you have to actually sit there, process, and kind of begin interpreting what the primary source tells you. That is the hardest part, the interpreting of it. What does it mean? How does it apply? How does it work? And that's what we're going to work on. All right? So whatever I write down, you write down. That's how you get your 10 free points. Sounds good? Perfect. All right, what is this primary source about? Let's start there. Let's start at the absolute basics. Arian.
The burial.
Yes, it's a baby. A dead baby from pre-Paleolithic times. Cool. What else do we know about it? What else are important facts about this? What do we got? I've talked to you. Let's go. Sarah.
There's also artifacts.
Okay, don't tell me artifacts. Tell me specifics.
Well, bracelets.
Okay, let's start with the bracelets. Okay, so we've got bracelets. What about it? Why are they important? Why do we care? Sarah, what does it tell us?
It tells us that it was a ceremony of sorts and that's part of the offering.
Does having a bracelet on tell you that it's a ceremony? How many of you have bracelets on? Did you put it on in some ritual experience this morning? Did you like hum to yourself? I don't know. I can't do like the whole mantra things. So it doesn't have to be a ceremony now. What do the beads tell us about this baby? What do you got, Miss Bernstein?
Maybe that like social stratification has began because they're starting to own things now.
Okay, they're starting to own things. Okay. All right, and what does that tell us about these people?
More about like what time.
Nah, it's hard to pin down a time. Guys, what does it tell us if this baby is buried with bracelets? What does that tell us, Gustavo?
It was from a wealthy family.
Wealthy, yes. Why can you say that, Gustavo?
Because only the wealthy would be able to afford bracelets like that.
And to do what with them?
To just give it to a baby that died.
We're going to come back to that statement, by the way. Wealthy family. Okay, what else can we tell? What else about these bracelets? What is another important fact about these bracelets? What do we got? Miss Moffat.
They were too large for
Okay, yes, they're too large. Okay, they were too large. So what does that tell us, Miss Moffat?
That means that they had to be for the baby's death rather than the
So you're going to make a bracelet for a baby, Miss Moffat, and you're purposely going to make it too big?
No, that's why they put it on when it was alive. They would put it on when it was
Nope. What do we got? Matt.
The bracelets were meant for someone else,
Okay, and who do you think they were for?
a different family member.
No. Guys, it's not. Put the pieces together. What do we got, Kate?
Maybe it was for her when she grew up one day.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so hi. So this is a baby during Paleolithic time. So is there tons of food, tons of resources? No. All of a sudden, you guys are telling me this family's like, yeah, we're wealthy. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this bracelet that's way too big with very hard to find resources, and we're just going to put it in a basket and just wait for this chick to grow up. No! No! What is the logical? The bracelets are too big. What is it, Miss Bernstein?
I was gonna say like spiritual religion.
No! No! The bracelets are too big, Emily. What does that mean? Oh, jeez. I mean, no. Guys, the bracelets are too big. The baby is dead. The baby is dead. Why does she have bracelets, or he, or whatever? Have it, Elizabeth.
From the parents.
Thank you. It's the parents' damn bracelet. Elizabeth, why would a parent put a bracelet with its dead baby?
To show that they cared about it.
Yes. Yes. Would you imagine the horrible state, and this is not with sarcasm, imagine losing a child, okay? Nothing could be worse. Losing a child, would you just say, oh, my child's dead, plop, put it in a hole and just cover it up? Or would you be sentimental and want it to feel comfortable, want it to have a memento of you, yes? So why is the bracelets are too big? Is because it belongs to the parents as a memento. Does that make sense? Oh my God, people. All right. What else is another important thing that we found in our context? Johnny, I've talked to you a lot today. I'm not trying to ignore you, and I'm so appreciative. But I'm going to shame your girl, Sarah. Not Sarah. Corinne. Corinne?
Correct.
Corinne. Okay.
I guess that it was placed like facing south.
Okay, south. Okay, what do you think the south? Do you think it's important or what? Why would they place it facing south?
It probably had like a special meaning.
Okay, and why is the south? Okay, remember they're in Turkey. Why would the south have meaning?
Is that like towards the sea?
Yeah, the south of Turkey is sea, so towards water. Okay, but think about it. We're in Paleolithic times. People are living off the land. What happens? Why is south a big deal? What do you got, Katie?
Religion.
Okay, you could throw out religion, but why would religion care about the south?
Like spiritual, like guiding. Spirit.
No, I'm going to say no on that one. What do we got? What do you think, Josh? Guys, what historically happens going south, looking south? What historically happens under every year? Oh my God, people. Are you people that detached from, like, nature? And I'm not a nature person, so, like, this is shocking. What do we got? Sarah.
Don't you go south, like, once it starts hitting?
Yes, you head south when it starts heading cold. We have a bunch of old cranky people from the north that come down here every year, people. Don't we know these people? They're awful. Why do they come down here? It's warmer. There's a lot more opportunity. So historically, why do people head south? For warmth, resources, because does our greenery die? Do our animals go into hibernation or they continue to kick it down here? They continue wandering around, correct? So they head south for warmth, resources. Okay, does that sound like a pretty good place to be? Where all the animals are, everything is safer, you don't have to deal with all of that. So south. All right, there's two other big things that you need to pull out of this context. What are two other big things that we need to focus on? What do you got, Matthew?
It was placed in a fetal position.
So, okay, the fetal position, I think that's just what babies do. You know what I mean? I mean, it'd be weird. Okay, I guess you could, like, stretch the baby out. But, like, that would feel like you're kind of, like, beating the hell out of it. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to say no on the fetal position. What do you got, Dan?
That red ochre and mineral powder.
Yeah! Decorate the body. Why is that important? What does that tell us? The decoration of the body by this red paste. What does that tell us? Janny, what does it tell us?
That was probably part of the burial.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I'd hate for a baby just be like rolling around and unsupervised. That's just rolling around in mineral stuff. So what does that tell? If it's a part of the ceremony, what must there be, Janny? I mean, I'm disappointed in you. You didn't come in wearing your red mineral all over your body today. Why didn't you do that today? Because it's not part of your what? Guys, okay, the baby died. The baby's dead. And they're like, you know what? You know what would be a good time? We're going to paint it. Do you think they're like, yeah, it's Tuesday. We got a dead baby. Let's just paint it. Why would you paint a baby, ladies and gentlemen? Think about it rationally. It makes a lot of sense. Why are they painting the baby, Caroline? Okay. So what part of your culture would dictate you painting a baby? You're not wrong. We're just getting a little more clarity. Pretty much everyone in the world has one. It dictates your behavior, how you're going to be buried someday, how your parents are going to be buried. No. I was really hoping you were going to get there. What do we got, Margot? Religion! Yes! Yes! Okay, your religion. So if they're decorating that baby for burial, what is it telling us? That there's probably a religious reason. If there's a religious reason for doing this, there must be probably a religion of some sort. Religion of sorts for this ceremony. Because no one is going to put mineral paste on a baby to just care for the baby. Why? Because if it gets in the baby's eyes, it can cause infections and all this stuff. You don't just walk around putting minerals on babies. It's a terrible idea. Okay, so it has to be done post-death, which means it has to be done on purpose, must be some sort of religious thing. Every single one of us deals with something towards religion for our deaths in your family. If you're a Christian, you have to have that person in the ground between 7 and 10 days. If you're a Jew, you got to do it in 3, which is hella impressive. So the moment a Jew dies, they got 3 days to get him in the ground. That's fast, okay? Every religion has different traditions for burial. There has to be some reason for it. And there's one other thing in this context that you should point out as important. What do you got, Matt?
The baby was resting on a reed mat or basket.
There you go. And why is that significant, Matt?
Because it acts like a coffin.
Okay, yes. But why do we put our dead in a coffin, and why do we those people put them in reed mats?
Because because I want them to be preserved for a while. Like,
yeah. You're not wrong with our coffins. Why do they put them in a reed basket, ladies and gentlemen? What do you got, Sydney?
To protect their bodies from the
No.
animals.
Guys, it's why, Saran, not Quran. God damn.
Were like reeds more available because they were.
Guys, they wanted it to create a nice little place for it, correct? They wanted comfort. If you had a child that died, which is the worst thing, would you just be like, "Oh man, that's sad, put it in a hole"? Or would you put it in a nice, comfortable place? They're showing care. They're showing love. Was this baby neglected? No. Goodbye. Do not worry about the rest of this. We'll get everything. You're done. Everyone's clear on that, correct? All right. Have a good day, guys. What period is this? 7? 6. We're going into 7th, though, right? Okay.